Hi, it's Jane Jackson, and welcome to Your Career Podcast. Here's where you'll get the career tips and inspiration you need to take control of your career. Welcome to episode 276 of Your Career Podcast. I don't often have a rant on my podcast because I'm all about expressing positivity and being able to reinvent your career. However, a number of my clients have really been experiencing difficulty recently because of their age. So, this is my rant, and I'm going to talk about how we are now caught between a rock and a hard place. The age discrimination crisis is hitting Australian workers. So let's have a think about this, and I'd love to know your thoughts as well. So please feel free to email me at jane@janejacksoncoach.com and let me know your thoughts too, or you can send me a message on LinkedIn. You'll find me on LinkedIn, Jane Jackson Career Coach. So let me ask you this: is this you? Like many of my clients in career transition, are you about 52 years of age, highly experienced, and suddenly facing redundancy? Do you dust off your resume, update your LinkedIn profile, and start applying for roles? And meanwhile, did you know your 23-year-old neighbor is doing the same thing after graduating from university? What you both might not realize is that you are walking into the same brick wall, and the latest research reveals just how solid that wall has become, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so let's talk about the uncomfortable truth about age bias in hiring. Fresh research from the Australian Human Rights Commission and the Human Resources Institute has discovered some sobering news that affects millions of Australian workers. The findings paint a picture that would be honestly laughable if it wasn't so devastating. Employers are simultaneously crying out for workers. We need more people, while systematically excluding large chunks of the workforce based purely on their age. It's absurd, isn't it? Absolutely absurd. We're constantly told about skills shortages, with more than half of employees, that's 55% according to research, reporting hard to fill vacancies. Yet these same employers are turning their backs on experienced professionals and eager young graduates alike. What on earth is going on? I told you this is a bit of a rant, but it appears that if you're between the ages of 25 to 50, you have 25 years to make as much money as you can, so you won't have to worry about age discrimination in the future. What's going to happen when you turn 50? Oh dear. Most of us have been told that the average person will spend about 90,000 hours at work over their lifetime. So that means that if we work 40 hours a week for a year, and if you give yourself 2 weeks holiday per year, so that's 50 weeks a year, that's 2,000 hours. That means we need to work 45 years to reach the average of 90,000 hours at work. But if we're only attractive as an employee for 25 years, how do we get to 90,000 hours? A typical career span is supposed to be 40 years. I'm so confused, I don't know about you. So the numbers don't lie, but they do shock. And here's where the research gets really confronting. Almost a quarter of HR professionals, 24%, now classify workers aged over 50 as older. And that is a staggering 10% up from just a few years ago. 24% now. Now let that sink in for a moment. At 51, you're not even close to retirement, yet you're already being labelled as past your prime. The hiring statistics reveal the harsh reality facing Australian workers. Here we go with some stats. 56% of employers are open to hiring workers aged 50 to 64 to a large extent, they say. Now, this plummets to only 28% for those 65 years and over. Now, at the younger end, only 41% are willing to recruit job seekers aged between 15 to 24. So, isn't this like watching a game of musical chairs where most of the chairs have been removed before the music even starts? It's it's boggling, isn't it? Now, the irony of modern workplace thinking. What makes this situation particularly maddening is the disconnect between the perception and productivity needs. Age Discrimination Commissioner Robert Fitzgerald pointed out the value of age diverse teams, and the research backs this up with hard data. So there was a comprehensive 6-year German study of more than 745 teams with over 8,000 employees across car production, admin work, financial services, and it found significant advantages for age mixed teams when certain conditions are met. And this was discovered by ResearchGate. And in my show notes, I'll have the link to those findings for you. Additionally, research also showed that cognitively diverse teams, which includes age diversity, solve problems faster. And I've got the synopsis of those findings as well, and it'll be in the show notes. The research confirms this wisdom. Older workers consistently rated higher for loyalty, yes, reliability, yes, and stress management, which is exactly the qualities most organizations desperately need during uncertain times, during times of organizational change. And we know change is constant, yes? Yet, nearly 60% of employers admitted that when older workers leave, their key skills walk out the door with them. So it's like throwing away your most reliable tools while you're complaining you can't fix anything. It's just silly. So there's a technology myth that's holding everyone back. One of the biggest misconceptions that seems to fuel this discrimination centers around technology skills. Now, only 1% of survey respondents believed older workers had better tech abilities. Only 1%. Okay. So honestly, the statistic would be amusing if it wasn't so damaging to careers. So what I believe is if an individual, regardless of age, is willing to dedicate time to learn specific skills, that should negate the perception by 99% of respondents who think that older workers don't have better technical skills. You know, what employers are missing is this: the professionals who, over many years, have navigated multiple technology transitions, and these are the older workers, yes, and the older workers have learned new systems repeatedly, adapted to changing digital landscapes. There have been so many changes, and they aren't technology challenged, they're technology resilient. They have proven time and time again that they can adapt. So there you have it. Now, why does this matter for mid-career professionals? So if you're listening to me and you're somewhere between 45 and 60, oh, you oldie, okay, and I have to tell you, I'm even older than that. This research should serve as both a wake-up call and a call to action. The landscape has shifted, and waiting for employers to change their attitudes, well, it's not going to happen, is it? It's not a viable career strategy for you, so don't wait. There are some positive signs, though. Nearly 3 in 4 businesses now offer flexible working arrangements, which is up from 49% back in 2021, as a recruitment strategy to support age-diverse hiring, where flexible work options are a top priority for workers to actually stay longer. So what do we do? Navigating your path forward. The reality is this: traditional job search approaches may not serve you well in this environment. Sending out resume after resume online, hoping the applicant tracking system will screen you in, and that the resulting phone screen, potentially, if you get it, will result in a face to face interview, just is not happening for most job seekers in this current job market. What you need to do is have strategies that showcase your value proposition clearly. Networking approaches that bypass age bias screening processes and positioning yourself that makes you and your experience irresistible rather than overlooked is really important. The most effective way to land the next job is not through online applications, it is through your professional network, through referrals, and helping people to see that you are a person of influence, someone who has expertise in your field, and you can add value to the company. So don't wait for someone to pick you. Make sure that you make yourself be impossible to overlook. So Sarah McCann Bartlett from the Australian HR Institute captured the challenge perfectly. She said, "We need to shift from age-based assumptions to evidence-based strategies." And what are evidence-based strategies? Highlighting your accomplishments, what you have done that has added value. You need to be able to show that you are able to adapt, you are able to innovate, you are able to take creative approaches, you can get the job done, and you can streamline processes and all these positive things. And you can't just say, I can streamline processes. You need to prove it with a story. Your story are your accomplishments. You break down your accomplishments, and I have lots of information in my blog posts at janejacksoncoach.com, through many of my videos on my YouTube channel, and you'll find me if you look for Jane Jackson Career Coach or at Jane Career Coach. I have lots of videos that can help you with this as well, or I can help you one-on-one through coaching with this. But my question to you is this: are you ready to lead that shift in how you present yourself to the market, rather than complaining that there is ageism out there? How are you going to show that you're valuable? So your experience, your wisdom, and your proven track record aren't just valuable, they're essential for Australia's economic future. Would you agree? The challenge for you is to ensure that the right employers recognize your value. So are you ready to navigate this challenging, ever-changing landscape with confidence? The research is clear about the obstacles you will face, but there are proven strategies to overcome them. And so you can discover how to position yourself effectively and access ongoing support through my Career Success Program. I'm here to help you. I designed this program specifically for professionals facing these challenges, and I've made it ridiculously affordable for everyone because honestly, I've had enough of age discrimination. I've had enough of the whinging. It's time to take control. Yeah? So there is no shame in asking for help during challenging times. Why don't you join me today and let's position you as a person of influence in your field? What you can do is either have one-on-one coaching with me, but then that is quite an investment into your career. If you want affordable, instantly accessible support and you are self-directed, and employers like people who are self-directed, yes, you can take control of your career today. All you need to do is join my Career Success Program. The links are in my show notes, or you can go to thecareersacademy.online and you'll find all the information there. There's also a sneak peek walkthrough, so you'll see what you get for only 49 Australian dollars a month, and you can unsubscribe any month you like, but you get access to all of my support. So let's just do it. Let's overcome ageism. Let's position you strongly. Let's build your confidence, and you create the career that you deserve. Okay? So I know that you already know who I am, but just in case you don't, I'm Jane Jackson. I'm a career coach and author of Navigating Career Crossroads. I've made multiple career transitions myself and 5 country moves from Hong Kong to San Francisco to London to Singapore and now Sydney. Some of those transitions were by choice, some were out of necessity, and not all of them went smoothly. Okay. However, through many of my life's ups and downs, I was determined to reinvent my career, and consequently, I've created a career path that's satisfying and rewarding. I took control. I'm 66 years old now, and I don't feel a day over 65. Okay. No, but honestly, for over 24 years, I've supported thousands of professionals through the emotional roller coaster of redundancy and job search and helped them to create the career they deserve. And I have no plans to stop doing this because it's what I love and it provides what the world needs. It's my ikigai, basically. So why retire when you love what you do? So why not join me? Join my career success program, gain instant access to the support you need, and I really want to build our community of professionals who want to work, who want to contribute, and who want to make a difference in our chosen professions, regardless of our age. So come on, join me in the Career Success Program. Can't wait to see you there. And let's work on this together, okay? Until next time, believe in yourself and you can create magic. If you enjoyed today's episode of Your Career Podcast, please subscribe because it helps me to reach more people looking for career inspiration and support. And I have something for you. Download my career resources at janejacksoncoach.com. While you're there, take my 2-minute career success quiz. You'll get your results and analysis immediately and recommendations tailored to your specific career needs. See you soon.